passengers. We are also providing for a foreign assets disclosure scheme, updation of returns even after assessment, reassessment proceedings have commenced, and rationalization of passenger allowance, which is what I referred to a minute ago. Besides this, the Custom Administration has already begun the reform process, simplifying process. In fact, I've said it earlier in this House, in 1 year, that is 2025, the Department of Revenue undertook reforming the Income Tax Act of 1961, coming up with a new act which is simpler, easier to comply with, and is also seen in the forms that we are going to use for income tax returns filing. The same year, the Department of Revenue in September did one major reform of GST, as a result of which today the markets are a lot more buoyant. You are able to see people buying things which they had postponed earlier because they were awaiting some kind of a change in the GST. Although from the time GST was launched till earlier than September 2025, we had already come down from 15.5 to about 11.2%. Post this, it has even touched 10, and probably in some items even lesser than 10. On an average, it's about 10. So you see that the Department of Revenue not only amended the Income Tax Act, but looked at customs, looked at GST, all within 1 year. A major reshaping of the tax administration has been taken up. So for small businesses and artisans, I think it was right that we removed the export value limits on e-commerce, making it easier to sell globally. And also overall, replacing manual checks with digital, faceless clearances to ensure faster, hassle-free movement of goods. So I think overall, the approach has been to make it easier for people to do business. So without getting into too much of detail on the finance bill, which the Lok Sabha has passed, and we've come here to take the views of the honorable members here, I want to start responding to some of the observations made by honorable members. Sir, I've not so much related to the finance bill, but honorable member Vikramjit Sani, who's probably not here now, had commented saying our systems are getting stuck. We are making plans, but we are not able to execute it. What is promised in paper is not actually happening as delivered on the ground, and so on. I just want to refer the honorable member to the fact that we have brought in a single nodal agency system, which is a model for centrally sponsored schemes to improve spending efficiency by routing them through a dedicated and traceable account structure. So the fiscal public finance management system has gone through a thorough change, that it is now a transparent mechanism from where the money goes to the particular account head in a state government through a process called single nodal account SNA Sparsh. Sparsh actually ensures that money goes just in time to the accounts, and money is sent when the state government also puts its share, and without delay, both together get to the ground. And therefore, when the utilization certificates come back to us, we give the next tranche, and so on. So no project waits for resources to come. Equally, we don't park money in programs in the states and say, or periodically check up if the money is getting spent. Because after all, many of the projects and many of our expenditure is now based on borrowed money. We want to borrow just enough to take care of our work and not borrow much more and then keep paying interest. So this SNA Sparsh, in which all the states are on board, ensures faster release of funds, better visibility for utilization, and reduced parking of public money. So this push-based system that we've now brought in actually enables funds to go to the last mile and it can be tracked and traced at any point in time, both by the central government and the local body, and also the central state governments. So this just in time has actually helped us. Now, we have not left it at that. In the budget documents, there is a statement 4AA, capital A, of the expenditure profile that we produce every time during the budget, which actually gives a comprehensive state-wise and scheme-wise breakdown of the actual releases that are made of funds for the centrally sponsored schemes. So it is not just digitally transparent for all of us to see state government, central government, and also the concerned department at the state level, but it is available as a document in every budgetary set of documents that we produce for all members to see it. So this system has actually helped us to prudentially use money without wasting it. So I think Honorable Member Sanjay Yadav had spoken about decline in public sector employments and employment opportunities, including in railways and defense. Sir, I think it's a bit ironic, sir, member, sorry for making a political statement, but sometimes it helps because the comments which are coming are also politically motivated, I feel. A member from RJD speaks about public sector employment and says, no, it's not happening. We cannot, the land, what is that, land for jobs recruitment scam? Yes. We are not doing that. We are not doing, give us land and therefore we'll give you jobs. It's all transparent, it's put out. And in fact, I will appreciate the railways for having come up with the annual recruitment calendar. 25-26 was already released, and at that time it started off, ensuring that youth no longer have to wait for a single notification to come. The calendar is already announced. And also, 18 Rozgar Melas under the leadership of Prime Minister has taken place since its launch in October 22. Like the way we periodically give Kisan Samman Nidhi for the farmers through direct benefit transfer. Here is a job, Rozgar Mela, which periodically appoints people publicly. Letters of appointment are given by ministers going and participating in different states, by Honorable Prime Minister himself standing up and saying, I'm giving this straight away. And that calendar keeps moving in a very dynamic fashion. So we are creating jobs, and it has resulted in public sector government of India. It has resulted in distribution of over 11 lakh appointment letters, publicly seen by everybody. And we are obviously giving jobs to the deserving, sir, not just for those who are giving us piece of land. We don't want the land. Nor are we picking up land for giving jobs. So, and also the recruitment drive is part of the Railways annual recruitment calendar, I said already. And that has been introduced in 2024 for Group C posts. So it is all publicly laid out. Railways and defense are openly, publicly recruiting and announcing the recruitment details as well. There is no hide and seek in that. Sir, Honorable Member Shakti Singh Gohil raised a lot of questions about new standard of the GDP numbers. The new standard to belittle previous numbers so that my number may look good, and in this series you have revised the GDP numbers to belittle the previous numbers. These are routine exercises in the government. I'll tell you the number of times Government of India has done this, and not randomly. It goes systematically, sir. 9 revisions since independence have happened. Governments of every political persuasion have done this. The first base year of 1948-49 was released in 1956 under Prime Minister Nehru's Congress government, followed by 1960-61, which was released in 1967, and 1970-71 base year was released in 1978 under the Janata Party government under Shri Morarji Desai. Rajiv Gandhiji's Congress government released the 1980-81 base year series in 1988, and Shri Vajpayee ji under the NDA government released in 1993-94 series in 1999. Dr. Manmohan Singh carried 2 revisions, releasing the 1999-2000 series in the year 2006 and the 2004 to 2005 series in 2010. The current outgoing 2011, the one which is going to be replaced by the latest series, the current outgoing 2011-12 series was released in 2015 under Prime Minister Modi, and now the 22-23 series has already been released. So this happens every 10 years. I'm sure Honorable Member Shakti Singh is not suggesting that every previous revision was to taunt the earlier governments. No, this is a process of governance. It happens under every government. So it gives us, it's not every time, I'm sure, and I confidently believe that every time it's not for belittling the predecessor governments. They are done because it has to be, the base has to be scientifically tested, statistically proved, and then kept on. So this new series, several new and improved data sources are being used to bring in granularity, accuracy, and reliability of the estimates. More than 300 data sources and about 1,400 variables are all used to make this GDP series, and it captures household sector information also, because now it uses the annual survey of unincorporated sector enterprises, ASUs as we say it, and the PLFS, the Periodic Labor Force Study Survey, are all used for better picture of the economy. Also now we have the advantage of the GST data, which shows where companies are operating and their output is assigned to the right states accurately. So the data has now become a lot more comprehensive, lot more vibrant, and lot more true to the time in which the data is being extracted. The PFMS real-time data actually reduces errors. So you're not coming up with a number which probably will need a further correction, or the margin of error is higher. No, now you're able to get even better, avoids delays, and makes GDP estimates more accurate. So we are also using the e-Vahan, rail and air transport services data, and fuels related data, so that greater value is, we are able to estimate better value for the goods and services. So the new GDP series is actually reviewed, peer-reviewed by many observers of the Indian economy. They didn't have a reason to worry about it, but I want to request the member to have greater in-depth look into what has come out. So then, gender budget has been completely cut out, meaning removed or not even considered, is a view that Honorable Member Wilson has expressed. I just want to highlight, sir, overall allocation under gender budget has increased from 4.49 lakh crores in 25-26 BE to 5.02 lakh crores in BE 26-27. So within 1 year, BE to BE, there is this kind of an increase. In fact, this allocation is about 38% higher than the actuals of 24-25. So it's important for us to recognize, sir, but I don't know, I'm subject to correction, but about women, all party meeting was held, all our leaders participate, many leaders participated in it, all parties participated on this matter of women's reservation bill. Their views have been taken, government is planning to respond, and we want everybody's views to be taken. And in that meeting, DMK was not present. But here they're asking gender budget. If you're really concerned about women, why couldn't you attend that meeting along with the other party leaders? आप मीटिंग में नहीं आते, महिला के विषय में आप श्रद्धा नहीं दिखाते, मगर उनको लगता है कि जेंडर बजट का हमारे अमाउंट कम हो गया है, कहाँ कम हुआ जी, ऊपर से ज्यादा ही हुआ।